Have you ever wondered how God speaks to us? Many people expect to hear his voice as a sudden, booming revelation, or at least something they feel is very obvious. But what if it's a lot quieter than that? What if he speaks through the people around us, nudging us gently toward a path we may not have even considered? I think we often overlook the simple, quiet ways God speaks, assuming that if he were really calling us to something, we'd know it, beyond a shadow of a doubt. But what if I told you that's not how it usually works? For me, I never felt a direct invitation from God to become a priest. I was drawn to the priesthood, and during a retreat, I felt God telling me to give seminary a try. I also felt a clear call to become a deacon. While these were important steps along the way, none were the same thing as being called to priesthood itself. But what I did here, over and over, was a different kind of invitation. It often came from people who knew me well. Time and again they would say, "You should be a priest. You'd be good at it." I didn't always take them seriously, though. Sometimes I thought they were just being polite, or they would think differently if they knew me better. Other times I was resistant. I had other plans for my life, other hopes and dreams that didn't fit with priesthood. But here's the thing. These invitations didn't just come from close friends or family. Some came from people I barely knew. I'd have brief interactions at work or during volunteer experiences, and people would say, "You seem like a priest," or ask if I'd thought about becoming one. I started wondering, what if God was speaking to me through them? It wasn't easy to consider the priesthood, and it wasn't part of my plan. But the steady encouragement from others planted a seed. It made me think about priesthood in a way I hadn't before. As I began to pray more seriously, I realized that God might be calling me through these voices, not in a loud, dramatic way, but through consistent nudges. Their feedback pushed me to try seminary, even though I wasn't sure it was the right path. This week, I want to invite you to think about the people in your life. Is there a young man you know who might have a calling to the priesthood but hasn't considered it yet? Maybe you've noticed a gift in him for ministry, compassion, or a deep love for the church, qualities that make you think he'd make a great priest. Don't hesitate to encourage him. You might be planting a seed in his heart just like others did for me. As we move forward in the coming weeks, pray and think about whom you might recommend when we ask for names. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give others is the encouragement to follow where God might be leading them.